Morning everyone. Now today let's discuss about the life lessons that can be learned from India's Paralympian athletes. From August 28th to September 8th this year, India proudly competed at the Summer Paralympics in Paris. Now with a contingent of 84 athletes participating in around 12 sports, India achieved a remarkable milestone, winning all 29 medals, 7 gold, 9 silver and 13 bronze. This is India's highest ever medal tally in the Paralympics. Founded in 1994, the Paralympic Committee of India has worked tirelessly to empower athletes with disabilities, fostering an environment of inclusivity and achievement. ये इसी का नतीजा है कि Indian Paralympic athletes have been performing consistently at the world stage and even bettering their own records. Para athletes do not have an easy journey. They have to fight against all challenges with grit and resilience. ये एथलीट हमें याद दिलाते हैं कि जीवन में हर परेशानी, हर चैलेंज को ओवरकम किया जा सकता है. ये पॉसिबल. और इसके अलावा they also teach us 3 very vital lessons of life. Let's see them one by one. First, स्टॉप कंप्लेनिंग एंड फाइट इट आउट. ये सारे एथलीट्स जिन्होंने पैरालंपिक्स में पार्ट लिया है या जिन्होंने मेडल जीता है, वो सब के सब दे हैव फेस्ड सीवियर हार्डशिप्स इन देयर लाइव्स व्हेन दे वर वेरी यंग, येट देयर परसिवरेंस एंड हार्ड वर्क has led them to success. So complaining does not mitigate the problems. कंप्लेन करने से प्रॉब्लम खत्म नहीं होती है, चैलेंज नहीं चला जाता है. फाइटिंग आउट से होता है. परसिवरेंस, हार्ड वर्क, डेडिकेशन helps mitigating the problem. Complaining सिर्फ दुख को बढ़ाता है. It only adds to sorrow. All these athletes from Priti Pal to Avni Lekra were born with some deprivation, disability, but they overcame those hurdles, those challenges through sheer determination, perseverance and hard work, and have become achievers. And here, look at the picture. Here they stand smiling in glory. So stop complaining and work hard. The second, so one needs to be achievement oriented. Now what is achievement oriented? This is a motivational disposition that describes a person's drive to achieve goals, excel and be successful regardless of the circumstance. ये एक mental state है जो हमेशा motivated रहता. People with an achievement orientation are always striving to improve and be more efficient and are therefore goal oriented and therefore they are always enthusiastic. Recently किसी ने कहा भी है, some MBA graduate had even highlighted this aspect of life and had written, Enthu means enthusiasm is the most important aspect of our personality. Enthusiasm is the first requisite. Skills one can develop over the job, over the years. जो काम कर रहे हैं उसमें हम स्किल सीख जाते हैं. But the first requisite is to learn is enthusiasm. And if you are not enthusiastic, you cannot learn. So all these athletes who participated in the Paralympics were achievement oriented. They showed enthusiasm and were not complainers. Let me share a few examples to comprehend what challenges some of them faced and how difficult it could be under those conditions to remain enthusiastic and achievement oriented. Sheetal Devi was born in a small village of Jammu and Kashmir with a rare condition called phosomelia, which led to her being born without arms. But she developed an ability to climb trees using only her legs. So in 2019, she was spotted by the Indian Army's Rashtriya Rifles unit, who recognized her potential and then supported her with education and medical. And today she is a bronze medal winner in archery and the only one who shoots without upper limbs. Priti Pal, who won 2 bronze medals in the women's 100 meters and 200 meters. She won 2 gold in World Para Athletics Championships also. She had cerebral palsy and was born with deformed feet in a village. She was born in a village. She said, people used to say, एक तो लड़की ऊपर से विकलांग. And today I have 4 medals. International medals. Within 6 months of her birth, her legs were put in a cast, but that did not improve her posture. By the time she turned 7, she wore calipers for 8 years. Priti had trouble standing straight. And of course, गांव वालों से taunting तो मिलती रही. For better education, parents sent the kids to Meerut. She says, at school, I was more interested in sports than studies. I would compete with able-bodied children and was quite swift. My biggest weakness was my greatest strength in athletics, because in sprints one is required to run on the toes, and that came naturally. Rubina Francis was born in Jabalpur into a lower middle class family with a leg dysfunction commonly known as club foot, which prevented her from staying steady while shooting at the target. But that didn't stop her from becoming a shooter. Her father, an automobile mechanic, struggled to support her growing passion for shooting due to the financial constraints. Since a young age, she had a dream of emulating her idol Gagan Narang, the one who got a silver medal in Olympics in shooting. But ये आसान objective नहीं था, considering her disability which did not allow her to stand steady on her feet. कोशिश की, hard work किया, and then gradually things started falling in place. Dipti Jeevanji was born in a small village in Telangana with intellectual disability, a cognitive disease, and still won a bronze in 400 meters race. Yogesh Kathunia, born in Badurgarh, Haryana. His father was a soldier in the Indian Army. At the age of 9, Yogesh was diagnosed with a syndrome, a condition that significantly impacted his mobility, and he won a medal. Avni Lekhra, paralyzed waist down due to a car accident as an 11-year-old, claimed the landmark gold in women's 10-meter rifle shooting. When you are at that platform, you also want to be the best example and spread the awareness about inclusivity and how it should be. Sports, she says, has the power to change perception of how people look at you. Mariyappan Thangavelu had injured his leg at age 9 when a bus rolled over it on his way to school, crushing it below the knee. The accident stunted the growth of his leg. Thangavelu has completed a bachelor's degree in business administration, and now he has a bronze medal in high jump. From these stories of challenge, grit and determination, few things emerge clearly. पहली, दहलीज तो पार करनी पड़ेगी. Then only things start falling in. बाहर तो निकलना पड़ेगा. कोशिश तो start करनी पड़ेगी. And nothing comes easy or free in life. You got to dream, you got to wish and walk along a certain distance. Then only things start happening. वो फेमस डायलॉग है ना शाहरुख खान का, कहते हैं अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने में की कोशिश में लग जाती है. So this is what happens. All these athletes moved out, strived, and then gradually things started falling in place. Second, very important to do your own SWOT analysis, strengths, weakness, opportunities, threats analysis to work out your way towards growth. Negotiate करना है. So that can only happen when we start working out our own strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Look at that girl who had no upper limbs, no hands, but arms, but still started climbing trees with her legs, and the legs became her strength. And she can now shoot with the help of her legs. So one has to develop strengths instead of getting bogged down by the weaknesses, and so then make use of the opportunities available. Third, do not give up by the taunts. टॉन्ट हमेशा चलेंगे, कंपनीज में भी चलते हैं. Each one of them, these athletes, has a story of taunts that they had to face from the people, which are, let me tell you from personal experience, they are very cruel and people lack sensitivity. But they moved on. The taunts gave them more strength, perhaps. Let me give you an example. हम सब सचिन तेंदुलकर के, most of us are fans. सचिन तेंदुलकर करीब 1 से 2 साल तक he was out of the cricket almost. Back problem, toe problem, tennis elbow and all that. So during this bad phase of his life, a lot of his colleagues or some colleagues who were commentators, they said Sachin should now retire. It's high time. Sachin, after the injury treatment वगैरह के बाद वापस आया, and he scored back-to-back centuries, I think, against Sri Lanka. And the reporter asked him about his views on the whole thing, or about his feelings. So he said, listen to this quote. It came in India Today long back. People have the right to form an opinion and express it. But I have a bigger job to do. That is go out and perform. In my workshops, I often quote this to the managers and supervisors. Because taunts आएंगे. Okay, but one should not give up trying. Okay. Then finally, the last lesson that these athletes teach us is, maintain an internal locus of control. Locus of control is considered to be an important aspect of our personality. Locus of control refers to an individual's perception about the underlying main causes of events in his or her life. Now let me explain you with very simple examples from our day-to-day life. जो कि हम offices में we find many employees who have a ready excuse for everything. जैसे आप आज लेट क्यों आए? सर ट्रैफिक जैम में फंस गया था. अच्छा फिर 3 तारीख को लेट क्यों आए थे? सर उस दिन मेरी बाइक पंक्चर हो गई थी. लेट्स टेक अनदर एग्जांपल. विजय यार आपका प्रमोशन नहीं हुआ इस बार, क्या हुआ? यार बॉस साइकोफेंट है, उसे चमचागिरी अच्छी लगती. लेकिन ये तो नया बॉस है यार, तेरा तो प्रमोशन ड्यू 2 साल से है. यार बॉसेस तो सारे ऐसे ही होते हैं. मैं तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड आदमी हूँ, मुंह पे बोल देता हूँ यार. और सम पीपल में से यार किस्मत की बात है, नहीं हुआ. एंड स्टूडेंट्स ऑल्सो ऑफन मेक सच एक्सक्यूजेज, यू नो, कि जब रिजल्ट अच्छा नहीं आया तो क्वेश्चंस आउट ऑफ सिलेबस थे, टीचर ने ठीक से नहीं पढ़ाया एंड ऑल दैट. दिस इज what they are doing is they are attributing their faults, their failures to an external agency, by examiner ko, teacher ko, boss ko. A person having internal locus of control will always have high self esteem and as a result does not like to be checked again and again. He does not pass on the buck to external agency, so he works hard despite all the challenges, keeps himself professionally competent, does not blame anyone for his challenges and problems that he faces, and therefore does not have to bend his or her back to achieve his or her goals. Hence, take responsibility for your actions, work hard, and don't blame external factors. All these athletes did not blame God or destiny or previous karmas for the problems they faced or the challenges they faced in their life. Right from their childhood, they and their parents worked hard to make sure their sons and daughters succeed. Their rise from humble beginnings to global acclaim exemplifies the triumph of the humanist spirit. They did not only exemplify the individual triumph, but also of the society as a whole, because all these athletes are part of the same society where we are living. And I have often stated that we Indians by nature are brave and a resilient race. Unfortunately, some amongst us keep on harping that we are timid and have been losers. We have not. Once again, I am reminding this quote of Nelson Mandela, which I am very fond of. The greatest glory in living lies not in never failing or falling, but in rising every time we fall. Let's honor these athletes for their achievements and embrace their spirit of determination and resilience. That's all for today. Jai Hind.